Hello, hello. Welcome to this episode of the Hello, Hello podcast. I am your host, Alyssa Rogers. And today we are in beautiful downtown South Boston in Constitution Square because, as you can see, we're all in red, white, and blue because it's the 250th anniversary of America, and we are so excited to be celebrating here in South Boston this year, and the ones that make it happen are sitting with me today to go over all of the events that are coming up for the 4th of July holiday. I can't wait. Thank you for having us today and allowing us to talk about this event.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Thanks for letting us be here.
Yes, and we are so excited, and I know that there has been so much planning that goes on behind the scenes to make the great events happen that you do for downtown South Boston. This is a huge one. We were just talking about it before we started recording about how this has been going on. You were talking, Tamara, about 2017.
2017 was our first 4th of July event that we did. We did skip 2 years for COVID, so that makes it, this is the 8th
year, and it's getting bigger and bigger every year. And we were here last year talking about the 4th of July event, and we were mentioning the 250th year, and you guys were planning some big stuff for it. And so I want everyone to know, like, what's going on this year?
Oh, well, this year, for the 250th birthday of the nation, you know, we want to remember more this year that downtowns are living histories. They're places where generations can come and gather, they can celebrate, they can create memories. And so this year, especially on the 250th, it's more than just fireworks this year. You know, it's a chance to gather, for the nation to gather as one community. And we're going to do things like read the Declaration of Independence and remember that.
That's going to be so awesome. And so, you know, everyone loves the fireworks. I mean, the best fireworks ever, and it's the best show down here. And so that's super exciting. But this year, to celebrate, you are starting way earlier. So take us through what's going on all day in downtown South Boston.
Okay. We start out with the farmers market that morning. If one of y'all want to tell what's going on at the market.
We'll have country gals having food. It'll be bologna burgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, things like that. And then we'll have other 4th of July festivities.
And so what time does the farmers market open?
It opens at 8 and it ends at 1.
So 8 to 1, everyone can come down to the market and get all the good stuff and all the vendors and food and all of that. And then what happens after?
After, we come to Constitution Square. And do you want to go into details about?
Sure, it'll be kind of a split up day, which is kind of how we all work. It's a team effort of a day where someone will hold down the fort at the market while others are over here getting vendors in and sound set up and barriers made and coordinating with the police, fire, all the ones that help us make it safe and possible.
Emily, I'm glad you mentioned that because I talked about how so much goes on behind the scenes and everyone shows up to the event and has a wonderful time, and they're able to do that because of all the work that happens prior and all the people that come together to make this happen. So I know that you have lots of sponsors and a lot of people behind the scenes that are making the event great. Can you talk on that a little bit?
Absolutely. So for the 4th of July celebration wouldn't be possible without the support of our presenting sponsors, and that's the Town of South Boston and Halifax County. For many years, they've helped fund the fireworks display, and so it makes it possible for our community to continue the tradition each year. And then our other sponsors, our title sponsors, which help fund other event-related expenses, are J.E. Burton Construction, Hitachi Energy, Point Realty Group of South Boston, Centera, Hyperion X, First Horizon Bank, Old Dominion, Sova Innovation Hub, and then Sobo Insurance.
Well, Thank you to all the sponsors that are helping make this happen, because it couldn't go on without the support of the community. And so when people get here and they're gathering, what can they expect? I know you talked about muskets and food and all of the things. What is going on? What can they expect when they get here for the events?
Well, it really starts when we close the street at 1. The event doesn't start until 6.
Okay.
With the public coming. But at 1 o'clock, we're here, we're getting in all of the food vendors, the Public Works closes the street, the fire department's over here helping get the fireworks together. I mean, Emily started this year's 4th of July on the day after last year's 4th of July. I mean, it takes a village and it takes a year to see who's going to sing, who's going to do the food. You know, it's a holiday. Nobody wants to work on the 4th of July, right? So it's a challenge sometimes to find what you want to, find with bounce houses and kids' amusements and everything. So we start setting all that up when Seymour closes at 1. And then so we continue through the day and have it ready to roll at 6.
Wow.
So starting at 6, we'll have some musket firing. We'll have reading of the Declaration of Independence. We'll have some good food available. We'll have some great entertainment available. And then it all culminates, the reason that everybody is coming together on the 4th, it culminates with the best fireworks in the land,
Yes.
basically, because it's really becoming a destination.
It is.
Yeah, for the
And
fireworks.
we talked about that last year. People are coming from all over the place to see the fireworks here in South Boston.
They are.
And so it's really phenomenal to know that, I mean, it truly is the best show. And this is the best place to be, to watch.
It really is, and it's really because of the help from the local governments that helped put it together. I mean, when we didn't have a 4th of July in the community came to us and said, can you do this? And we said no, because we're a small nonprofit and we don't have the means to do fireworks. We're a go big or go home organization. We're not going to do sparklers if we're going to do fireworks, and we're not going to do them on any other day but the 4th. It's go big or go home.
Yes.
So if somebody can help us go find money for fireworks, get the local governments engaged, we'll figure out how to raise the money to do the event that goes along with it. And so in the end, that happened. We got the local governments engaged, and they brought forth great fireworks. We have a great local company that does the fireworks, and so it's history from there.
Yes.
Yep.
And what time do the fireworks typically go off?
At 9:30.
9:30. So everyone needs to be in place at 9:30 for sure, but definitely get here at 6 to attend the entire event. And you talked about music and entertainment. Can you take us through what people can expect this year for that?
So first we'll have the national anthem at 6:30, and then we'll have Anna Kate Clark with a couple special guests. They'll perform America the Beautiful, and then we'll have Cruising Company and Fast Lane for their live
Awesome.
entertainment.
So live entertainment, and then you will have kids activities too. So take us through what's going to be happening for the kids.
Madam J's face painting is coming. If you haven't seen her setup, it's pretty phenomenal. She just drives up with a trailer, and it's a whole beauty bar in there, and it's magic to see. Joyful Jumps will be here with the bounce houses, and then the entire afternoon sound check begins, middle of the day in the blistering of sun, and you're welcome to hang out. Lots of people were here in the square dancing under the trees while Ernell and his crew were getting the music going and testing speakers and going around. It's just a cool place to be and see. Church of God comes and sets up, and they have free water. They hand out water all day, hydration station. It's a lot of parts that make this fantastic day.
And you mentioned that you start on July 5th, pretty much.
Yes.
Like for the next year.
Tamara told me that from my first day. Last year was my first time, and nothing would happen if it weren't for her saying next from afar, next. And when she told me that the circulation begins, as you get used to it, you you know what worked with this, and so you start mapping that. You start making sure that that's what you're going to do next year. Another part of it that I didn't put together as well last year as I did this year was Tamara facilitating the veterans banners. I never realized that those and the flags always came up before the July 4th holiday, and that's because of her in public works, everyone uniting to work to make sure and to know that this happens because it's important. So seeing it all come, and it even taken weeks in advance, even though you've planned for months, it's a cool process. And I'm just very lucky I have someone to say, don't do this. That's awesome. So I'm excited.
Seeing the three of you work together, and I mean, I've had the privilege of working with all of you on different projects throughout the year and watching things happen. And I think everyone that's watching and listening right now can attest to the revamp of downtown and what they've seen over the last couple years only, and how it's being revived, and even just the flowers down Main Street. And you know, I live downtown, and I can see, you know, people walking the streets more now, and it's just becoming more of a neighborhood and a community. And I contribute that to the work that the three of you do every single day, and the partnerships that you've formed with everyone else in the community. So thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you too, because you help facilitate a lot of that too. But Tamara teaching us about the importance of economic development and going to all of these different classes and retreats and seriously studying how it works. I'm very much still in the new and have a long ways to go, but Town Hall's also being renovated and moving, and Tamara spent Friday pulling out an entire, 30 years of training of thing. It was magical. It was perfect for this occasion. It's been an experience in itself. And learning about how this works, the recoveries after COVID, what they went through during COVID. You know, it's been fun, and I hope that we get to add flowers to each block.
Yeah.
And that Tamara and Bianca, they attacked that hard. While they're on a big project, that's how we rubber band so well. It's like, hold the fort down, this has to happen. And I've never been a part of something so collaborative.
It's so
cool.
collaborative. And you know, I know there are hard days. There are hard days in any job that you do, but you guys look like you're having fun all the time. And even walking up here today, and I'm like, everyone's so festive today. And you're like, we've been dressing up for weeks. We've been doing this for weeks.
Have.
And speaking of that, how festive you each are, you have a shirt on.
I do.
And I want everyone to see the shirt because they're for sale and we can all get one, correct?
Yes, they are. They're $25 each, and we have them at the downtown South Boston Farmers Market on Saturdays and Wednesdays. And so we've got
back there. Yes.
The 250th design on the back, and then we've got the South Boston logo on the front.
And so that's Wednesdays and Saturdays at the Farmers Market.
Yes.
And how much are they?
They're $25 each.
$25 each. And that, is there another color too, or is that the only color?
Yes, we also have them in navy blue.
Navy blue. And you can get them at the Farmers Market, so be sure to get your shirt before the 4th so you can wear it. And I mean, the 4th on a Saturday this year, that's a vibe too. And it's going to be a great day. Is there anything else you want anyone to know about the event coming up on the 4th?
There's a lot of parking downtown.
Yeah.
If you can't get to Constitution Square exactly on point with us, which we completely understand has its difficult moments, we get stuck and can't move at certain times, but there's so much parking around us across. Last year was cool seeing people coming from the lake.
Yeah.
You know, still in their bathing suits to sit over there and watch
Yeah.
the fireworks. But I mean, even on Broad Street at the Farmers Market, you'll get a beautiful view if you want to bring someone down to see. We just encourage everybody to come. It's fun to see the sky lit up, and it's art the way they do it. So just come be with us. the music will be playing.
Yeah, and it's kid friendly. It's made for families. We made one of our transformation strategies downtown family friendly, family serving. And so this is one event we put under that category because this is where you bring your family to come gather and watch the fireworks and have a great time.
Everyone, this is where you want to be on Saturday, July 4th. Starts at 6 o'clock. Bring your kids, bring your family, bring your friends. This is the place to be, and it's all made possible by these three right here and the supporters of our community. So thank you to all the supporters and the people that show up for our community to make it great, to allow us to have events like this, and can't wait to see you in Constitution Square on July 4th.
Yay.
250 years. Happy birthday, America. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.